Hello, hi and welcome to all of my viewers. Today we are going to start the lecture number 3 of electric charge, which is classification of materials and methods of charging. So today we are going to discuss about the following topics. First one is classification of materials, and we know that the materials can be classified into conductors, semiconductors and insulators. We will go in deep of these three categories. Next is what do you mean by electrification, and finally we have to end the video with different methods of charging, that is charging by rubbing or friction, charging by contact or conduction, and finally charging without contact, or which is also called as induction. So let's get into the video with classification of materials. On the purpose of electrostatic theory, all the materials can be classified into three categories. They are conductors, insulators and semiconductors. First one is conductor, second one is semiconductor, and the third one is insulator. Now the question is, what is the basic difference between conductors, semiconductors and insulators? Why do you mean by conductors? The substance through which electric current can pass easily, that is called as a conductor. The substance through which electric current can pass partially, that is called as a semiconductor, and the substance through which electric current can't pass at all, that is called as an insulator. So conductor is that category of materials through which electric current can pass very easily. Semiconductor is a class of material through which electric current can pass partially, and finally insulator is a third class of material through which electric current can't pass at all. Now what is the basic difference in between conductors, semiconductor and insulators in terms of their construction, in terms of their properties? First, this conductor contains very large number of free electrons. Free electrons means the electrons which are free to move inside the materials. In semiconductors, the number of electrons, free electrons, is very less, that is it contains very less number of free electrons. And finally in insulators, free electrons are practically absent, means there is almost no free electrons. Free electrons are practically absent. Next, what are the examples of conductors? Examples of good conductors are metals, next is human body, and finally earth is a very good conductor of electricity, that is earth. Semiconductor, examples of semiconductors are silicon, germanium, etc. And finally the examples of insulators are wood, rubber and plastic. So these are the basic differences between conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So we have to remember only this portion, that a conductor is a class of material through which electric current can pass very easily. Semiconductor is a class of material through which electric current can pass but partially, and finally insulator is a class of material through which electric current can't pass at all. Okay, now we have to move into the second part, that is electrification. What do you mean by electrification? The method or process of charging an uncharged body is known as electrification. Electrification का मतलब है कि uncharged body है उसको जिस process में जाके हम लोग charge कर सकते हैं, that method of charging an uncharged body is known as electrification. Now the question is, what are the different methods of charging, means what are the ways or what are the various processes in which an uncharged body can be charged? Now in general there are three processes, which is the first one is charging by rubbing or friction, the second one is charging by contact or conduction, and the last one is charging without contact or induction. So first, before discussing all these 3 points, we should first understand actually what happens during the process of charging. In previous videos I have already told you that during the process of charging, electron transfers from one body to another body. So these three processes are nothing but different processes in which electrons can be given or electrons can be taken away from a body. Now we will start with the first one, that is called as charging by rubbing. It is also called as friction. or frictional electricity. Now, first one is definition. What do you mean by charging by rubbing or friction? It is a process in which two uncharged bodies can be charged just by rubbing them against each other, or the process in which two uncharged bodies can be charged just by simply rubbing them against each other is known as charging by rubbing or friction. Okay? नेक्स्ट वन इज, अभी आप मुझे पूछोगे सर ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है कि दो सिंपल बॉडी को आप सिंपली उसके साथ रब कर लो, चार्ज हो जाएगा. नाउ आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग व्हाट इज द मैकेनिज्म बिहाइंड इट. एक्चुअली व्हाट हैपेंस ड्यूरिंग द प्रोसेस ऑफ रबिंग, some electrons are transferred from one body to the another body. As a result, the body which gains electrons that becomes negatively charged, and the body which loses electron that becomes positively charged. So this is the mechanism how objects are become charged just by simply rubbing them against each other. Now we'll take an example. Actually, what is the example? The most common example. Suppose we'll take a glass rod which is initially uncharged, and we will take a piece of silk cloth. This is silk cloth. This is also initially uncharged. This is stage 1, the first case, a first figure. Now, if when this glass rod is rubbed against a silk cloth, if this glass rod is rubbed against a silk cloth, then actually what happens? Some of the electrons will be transferred from this glass rod to this silk cloth. As a result, you will find that the glass rod has become positively charged due to the loss of electrons, and this silk cloth becomes negatively charged due to the gain of electrons. So this is the exact situation what I have said. Actually, during the process of rubbing, some of the electrons from the glass rod are transferred to the silk cloth. As a result, the glass rod and silk cloth which were initially uncharged, in the first figure you can mark it, they were initially uncharged but they have become charged due to the process of rubbing. As a result, finally we will get that this glass rod has become positively charged and this silk cloth has become negatively charged. During the first stage we can see that both were uncharged, and in the last case we can see that both have become charged. Now third one is, during the process of rubbing, actually what happens, the glass rod loses some electrons and the silk cloth gains some electrons. So the number of electrons lost by the glass rod is equal to the number of electrons gained by the silk cloth. So as a result, the glass rod and silk cloth both are equally and oppositely charged. That is most important in case of charging by rubbing or charging by friction. During the process of friction, the objects are equally and oppositely charged. Now next one is, actually what happens, only insulators can be charged by rubbing but not the conductors. अभी आप पूछोगे सर ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि अगर हम लोग दो कंडक्टर्स को रब करके उसके ऊपर जो चार्ज लाएंगे ड्यू टू फ्रिक्शन, वो चार्ज वो कंडक्टर होल्ड करके नहीं रख सकता, क्योंकि वी नो दैट द चार्जेस कैन इजीली पास थ्रू द कंडक्टर. एज अ रिजल्ट द कंडक्टर विल नॉट बी एबल टू होल्ड द चार्जेस व्हिच आर प्रोड्यूस्ड ड्यू टू बाय फ्रिक्शन. सो ओनली इंसुलेटर्स कैन बी चार्ज्ड बाय रबिंग सिंपली. और अगर आप कंडक्टर को चार्ज करना चाहते हो थ्रू रबिंग, यू हैव टू सपोर्ट इट विथ एन इंसुलेटेड स्टैंड. ओके, सो यू कैन से दैट ओनली इंसुलेटर्स कैन बी चार्ज बाय रबिंग. अभी आप पूछेगा सर मैं कोई भी दो ले जाऊंगा अभी इंसुलेटर, उसको रब करके चार्ज किया जा सकता है? एब्सोल्युटली नॉट. व्हाई? बिकॉज अभी आपको स्क्रीन के ऊपर एक सीरीज दिखेगा. दिस इज अ सीरीज इन व्हिच a number of materials are arranged in such a way that when if you will pick any two substances from that series and you will start to rub them against each other, then you will find that the substance which comes first, the substance which comes earlier in the series, that will be positively charged, and the substance which comes second, the substance which comes last in the series, that will become negatively charged. This series is known as electrostatic series. Now we have to end with the last one. अभी आप पूछोगे सर ये जो चार्जिंग बाय फ्रिक्शन हो गया, चार्जिंग बाय रबिंग हुआ, उसका कुछ प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशंस है? यस, इट हैज सम ऑफ द प्रैक्टिकल एप्लीकेशंस. आई थिंक द फर्स्ट एप्लीकेशन दैट आई एम गोइंग टू टेल, इट इज वेल नोन. When a plastic comb is rubbed against the dry hair, then it gains some attracting power so that it can attract small pieces of paper towards it. I think almost all of you have done in the earlier stages. So it is a well known example. And another example, best example is lightning. The clouds also get charged by rubbing. These are the two practical applications of charging by rubbing or charging by frictions. Okay. Now we will move into the second part, that is called charging by contact or conduction. Now the question is, what do you mean by charging by contact or conduction? It is a process in which an uncharged body can be charged simply by touching it, simply by putting it in contact to a charged body. So the process in which an uncharged body can be charged by simply touching it or by simply putting it in contact with a charged body, that is called as चार्जिंग बाय कॉन्टैक्ट और कंडक्शन. ये तो उसका डेफिनेशन हो गया. अभी हम लोग उसकी अंदर थोड़ा जाएंगे. व्हाट इज द मैकेनिज्म, हाउ it is possible to charge an uncharged body just by putting it in contact with an uncharged body, but just by putting it in contact with a charged body. Okay, now actually what happens, I have already told you in the properties of charge that charge is transferable. Actually what happens, when a charged body is put in contact with an uncharged body, flow of electrons takes place from the body at higher potential to the body at lower potential. As a result, some of the electrons will be transferred from one body to another body. So the uncharged body becomes charged. This is called as charging by contact or charging by conduction. You can take an example. Suppose this is a neutral metal sphere, and it is supported with an insulated stand, and we will take a negatively charged rod. This is the figure 1. When in figure 2, we will just simply put this negatively charged rod in contact with the metal sphere. As a result, what will happen, and we can easily see that there are excess of electrons in this negatively charged rod. So some of the negatively charged particles, that is electrons, will be transferred to this rod, and finally a situation will come that some of the electrons have been transferred themselves from the negatively charged rod to this metal sphere, and we will find that this sphere has become negatively charged. So in the first case, in the first figure, we had taken a negatively charged rod and a neutral sphere, and finally in the stage 3, in the figure 3, in the third figure, we can easily mark that negatively charged rod has an effect on this neutral metal sphere, and this neutral metal sphere has become negatively charged. In a similar way, in a similar process, if we will take a positively charged rod, finally we will be left that the sphere has become positively charged. So from this situation we can conclude one thing, that in case of charging by contact or conduction, the nature of charge which is developed on this uncharged body is always equal to the nature of the charge which is present on the charging body. Means in this case equal nature of charge will be developed. In this case same nature of charge will be developed, means the nature of charge on the charging body will be equal to the nature of charge on the body after charging. Okay, now we have to end this class with the third one, that is called as charging without contact or charging by induction. Now what is the definition of it? What do you mean by charging without contact or charging by induction? Charging without contact, actually its name suggests that it is a process in which an uncharged body can be charged even not touching it to a charged body. Such a process of charging an uncharged body even without putting it in contact with a charged body is known as charging without contact or induction. अभी उसके थोड़ा मैकेनिज्म में चलेंगे, ये मैकेनिज्म थोड़ा लॉन्ग है, उसको थोड़ा अच्छे से समझना है. फर्स्ट आई एम टेकिंग ए न्यूट्रल स्फीयर. दिस इज ए न्यूट्रल स्फीयर. ओके, दिस इज ए मेटल न्यूट्रल स्फीयर, and what I am taking once again the negatively charged rod, but this time this negatively charged rod is not put in contact with this metal sphere. Okay, this is the first figure. In the second figure, we will find that we know that what like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. So this negatively charged rod which is not put in contact with this metal sphere, now this one will attract the opposite charges nearer to it and it will repel the same charges, that is negative charges, towards the other side. As a result, we will find that the portion of the sphere or the part of the sphere which is very close to this rod, that has become positively charged, and the end or the side which is present far to it, that has become negatively charged. Okay. Now, in the second figure we can see that both the sides has been charged, but that is temporarily, means if at this stage this negatively charged rod will be taken away from it, once again the sphere will come to its initial position, that is in case of figure number 1. Okay. Now, what will happen if will earth, if will put in contact this side to the earth, we know that earth is a very good conductor of electricity, and so the electrons which are present, on the negative side of this metal sphere, they will get a path and they will start to flow towards the earth, and finally a situation will come that we will left with only the positive charges on this side. Still the rod at its own place, and finally when this rod will be taken away from this metal sphere, we will find that all those charges that has been distributed uniformly over the sphere. So, this is the whole process in which an object, a neutral object, can be charged even not by putting it in contact with a charged body, not by touching to a charged body. Such a process, such a method of charging an uncharged body, even not by touching it to a charged body, is called as charging without contact or charging by induction. So, here one thing we have to note, that here we have taken a negatively charged rod and we have found the sphere to be positively charged. So, from this we can conclude that in a similar way, if we will take a positively charged rod, we will find that the sphere is left with a negative charge. So, from these experiments we can conclude that in case of charging by induction or charging without contact, the nature of the charge which is developed on the neutral body will always be opposite to the nature of the charge which is present on the charging body. So, in case of conduction, same nature of charge will be developed. In case of induction, the nature of charge which will be developed on this uncharged body, that will always be opposite to the nature of the charge on the charging body. Okay. So, this is all about charging, 3 methods of charging, that is all.